Hi guys, how's it going today? So today I have this little sign here saying natural bodybuilding. At least people, when they get here now, they know what this is about. And today I didn't really prepare this video. I just wanted to give quick tips regarding the situation of the lockdown, because I can see a few countries are closing again and gyms in some areas are closing as well. And so training heavy when you're stuck at home is something pretty important. And basically when I mean heavy, it's basically you want to maintain your strengths and you want to maintain the usual workload that you do on your movements. Otherwise, obviously, it's just you going super light. The problem, working out at home is that you're gonna go super light usually because you're just gonna do body weight. So the first thing where you lose strength is because first you don't have the same movements. You can't practice the same movements, and practice makes good. And if you get good at some exercises and you get stronger, this is because you practice them a lot. So the first thing is that you don't have a gym anymore. You can't practice the movements that you usually practice, so you try to find alternatives. And then on these alternatives, you can't even go heavy because you don't have the equipment to go heavy. So this is the main reason why you're gonna lose muscle at home, because you're gonna lose the ability to do the same movements. And second of all, on these movements, you're not gonna be able to train heavy, and so because you're not going as heavy, you're losing strength, and because you're losing strength, you're losing muscles because you're not, training hypertrophy with these heavy weights that you usually used to do. So that's really literally the whole problem of having to all of a sudden train somewhere differently with no equipment, with no way to scale. So what is the solution for this? Well, the first solution is to try to go as heavy as possible at home. And so one of the first things that you can do is try to find the most similar exercises that you can do at home compared to what you usually do in the gym. So for example, if you usually do bench press at the gym, well here you can try to do dips or push-ups, and that's probably the best thing you can do. Then I would also recommend not only to try to find similar exercises, but to focus on only one exercise. So I talked about it in another video about specializing, where you really just focus on one thing particularly, and practice really makes good. So if you really focus on one exercise, you really give yourself the ability to become an expert at something and really improve. So at some point when you see people being very good at one exercise, usually they just practice it a lot. They love this exercise. Some people in the gym, they love legs, others love chest, and usually you see them do something much more than something else, and they're super good at it, and this is because they just love it. Usually you can also see people, when they used to do, for example, if they were practicing kayak as a sport, later on usually they have a good back just because they've practiced it so much. And here this is the same at home, because anyway you can't do too many exercises. Focus on one thing and try to improve on that one thing. So for shoulders, a good example could be doing lateral raises. For example, you could do 15 sets of lateral raises. You can't really do shoulder presses anymore because it's just you can't go heavy enough at home. You don't have dumbbells, for example, and so how are you gonna do shoulder presses? Well, you can't, but maybe lateral raises you can. You can find a bag where you can at least put in there maybe worth 8 kg, and then just do 15 sets. So that's a way to still get, basically you can't go heavy, but you can still work on doing a lot of volume. And then we could discuss this in another video, where you can also work on intensity and do different techniques, so it still feels, you're not working with heavy weights, but you still make you're still doing sessions in a way that you're still able to go heavy, because you know how to train with different intensities, tempos, whatever. So that was another advice here. Another advice which I can give is that you should try to work on the things you've never worked on before. So for example, if you've been slacking on your rear shoulders because this is something as naturals that we really lack. Then you can do some work on this. You can work on your calves as well, do many calf raises, sets of 100, where I'll talk about this in another video as well, how to work on your weaknesses or how to really bring out a muscle which matters to you. So like very high reps, doing some back end work. So you can do this as well. What other muscle, forearms, for example, you've never thought of it before, then you can start focusing on these muscles. So you can basically just try to, it's just a period where even if you might lose some strength, some muscle, you have a way to redirect it in a positive manner. And this is the one I'm offering you today. So you might think, well, am I really just gonna do 15 sets of lateral raises, or am I just gonna do 20 sets of pull-ups? Well, I know it sounds weird, but it's actually not that weird. Instead of just doing usually in the gym many exercises for a muscle group or a muscle part, well, here you're just choosing one exercise, and it's not more dangerous or anything. You're just replacing your usual exercises by just one, so you're just doing more sets of one exercise. And so you're actually really hammering your muscles. This way you're really focused, and you're really gonna become an expert. And if one day you actually wanted, on the pull-ups, for example, to do 70 kg 1 rep max on pull-ups, well, this is actually the way to do it, to specialize and to become very good at something. So take advantage of this lockdown to become good at some exercises. If you wanted massive delts one day, well, start hammering your lateral raises at home, 15, 20. Also, if you're in a situation where you have a pair of dumbbells and, for example, they're both 10 kg each, which is not much for people who've been lifting for a while, well, one of my last advice for this video, I don't want to make it too long, is to do unilateral stuff. So take your 10 kg dumbbell and add all the rest of the weights that the other dumbbell had, and so you can make it up to 18 kg. And if this is the way that you've got to do curls, then this is better probably than doing 10 kg in each hand. Just do unilateral work. So that might take you a bit more time, but if that's the only way to go heavy, then you have to go through that. Same for lateral raises. If you've got if you used to do pretty heavy lateral raises, and at home you just have, I don't know, 10 kg worth of a pair of dumbbells, so 5 kg each, well, try to put everything on one dumbbell and then do unilateral work, because it allows you to go heavier